Aimee, welcome to RedFM. How are you doing?
I'm great, thanks. How are you?
I'm flying. I'm absolutely flying. Delighted to be here chatting with a fellow Irish woman in harmony.
I know. Actually, when was the last time we seen each other? We were probably performing the Late Late together, was it?
The last time, no, I think it was the Heart of a Saturday Night, which was absolutely class.
Yes, yes.
That was a
the
lot of
last
fun.
time.
That was a lot of fun. You are fresh off of the Late Late Show with your new single, Nobody Else. How did it feel to be doing your own song of the Late Late?
It's mad because because I've performed in the Late Late a couple of times, but not as like Aimee, like my own single, you know. So it was kind of only really the day of that it kind of hit me. I was like, oh Jesus, like I have to go up here on my own now. Especially when you're so like even doing Irish and harmony stuff, like you don't need to be that nervous because you've got like 20 women around you as support. But oh, it was so much fun. I think it's just obviously with the time off and stuff, it's the same as any other singer. You get kind of extra nervous just because it's been so long, you know. But no, it was such a fun experience and so good to even just be around like crew again and be with my band and just the buzz of life again, you know. Like it's been really nice.
It's class. And like, just give me a little bit of that because the song is amazing. Like it's such an amazing pop track. Like it really is, and it really hits hard. You know, it's absolutely fab. Give me a little bit of background into like, I suppose, what the song is about maybe, and also just maybe the process of kind of like getting it together, recording it and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So the song is about my relationship with my partner. We've been in a relationship for a good few years now, but I kind of just felt like at the start of lockdown, I was writing loads of different songs, but I think just because of what was happening in the world, everything was kind of heavier, or it had like songs that had like really strong meanings behind them, like things that I really wanted to talk about and stuff. And I kind of just I wanted to just make something that was fun and like easy to listen to, and people didn't have to think too hard. And you know, they're not listen to the song going, "Oh, what's this about?" It's a fun love song that even as a single person you can think about like your family member or your friend, or you know, that kind of way. I just wanted it to be really fun, lighthearted, and really kind of a nod to my favorite era of music, which is 90s noughties Swedish Max Martin pop. That's like my bread and butter. Like it's my medicine. I always call it my medicine because it is. But the writing process was a little bit different than normal, obviously because of lockdown. So we started writing the song on Zoom, with my producer songwriter here, Richie McCourt, and then another songwriter that I've been working with, Nick, and he's based in Sweden. So we started writing it together on Zoom, and then when the world opened up, I went to Sweden and we got to finish it there together.
Cool. Very nice.
And it was amazing because we've done so many songs together, but we've never been in a room together. We've just been on Zoom, you know. So it was so nice just to even sit and listen to what we've made on different sides of the world. It was so nice. And then I'm heading back to Sweden in the morning again. So it was just too good. I'm like, now should I move to Sweden or?
Sweden
I love it.
Sweden is a great place, and like for music, like for writing, especially for pop, like it's just the place to be. It's absolutely incredible. Like it is like that thing though, isn't it, with Zoom? Like I had it myself as well, where it's like I wrote with so many people last year that I've never met in person. And like I don't know how, because obviously I've got Jackson. I don't know how long it's going to be before I actually get a chance to sit down and have a pint with them, because it's a very different thing, like being in a room with somebody and like being halfway across the world. But I still think it produces great results. Do you know what I mean? It really does.
I think you just have to like I had to either be like, right, we don't know how long this whole pandemic thing is going to go on for. Like, are you going to be stubborn just because it's not exactly the way normal sessions are, or just get on with it and write some music? So I just had to really just get on with it. And now I actually love it. Like there's sessions that I'm still doing today. Like the world is open up, and I had a session with a guy based in Wales today, and it's kind of just makes writing music more accessible and easy, you know? So
yeah, you can definitely write with people that I suppose it kind of opens the floor up an awful lot to like collaboration. It's amazing. Do you know what I mean? So you've been to Sweden. That's a question I was going to ask you, because I saw a couple of weeks ago that you were on a trip to Sweden, and you met the godfather of all things. You met Max Martin. Please tell me what happened.
Oh my God. So Nick, like I said, he's my producer and writer that I've been working with over there. and he's really good friends with Max, and they've worked together like a good few times over the years. But yeah, Nick just surprised me when we left the airport, and he was like, I want to show you something. And I was thinking like, oh, like we're gonna go and have a look at a Swedish monument or anything. And we pulled up to this absolute stunning house, and he just opened the door and he was like, Max Martin is expecting you. And I just literally, you know, when I say, you know, that feeling when your heart just drops.
Dead, like actual dead.
Oh my God. I was like, no. I was like, Nick, I look like I'm homeless. Like, no, like, don't do this to me now. Like, but then at the same time, I was saying no whilst like running into it.
Running in. Just for anybody who's watching that doesn't know who Max Martin is like the brainchild producer, writer behind like Britney Spears, Backstreet Boys, like any good pop song that you've heard in the last 30 years probably.
But see, people are so surprised because he made like that Britney sound, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, to actually know he's still the one creating Ariana Grande's albums, The Weeknd, Lizzo, like the biggest, Katy Perry, Taylor Swift. Like if you've heard a pop song that's number one, it's most likely made by Max Martin. Like that's it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like it's just insane. Well, that's a pretty cool experience. So I also saw like that you had a couple of shows, and obviously like the last 2 years have just been like the strangest ever. I think particularly for like the creative industry, has just been completely locked down. How did it feel to get back playing live?
Oh, I just, you know, like what's happened obviously over the last 2 years, especially for us, things being cancelled, not cancelled. I kind of, I didn't believe it was real. Like I was like, oh, I'm sure it's going to be cancelled days before. Like I'm just sure of it. Like something's going to happen.
Yeah.
So when it actually happened, I just like, I remember I've never took my time more throughout a set, you know, like normally I'd be like flying through song by song. Every like couple of songs I'd have like a chat. Every song I was having a chat. I wanted to just talk and like I just didn't want it to end. It was just so much fun, and seeing people's faces, and like it's especially in this industry, you get very like boggled down with numbers. Like nowadays, like your stream numbers and all that is just like it's considered important, but I think you forget that they're faces, you know, like them numbers are people. And it's only when you go to shows and like shake people's hands, see people face to face, you're like, oh my God, like yous are the people that are supporting me, you know? So it just, I literally just didn't want it to end. Like everyone kept saying, are you wrecked? Like doing all these shows back to back. I was like, let's go again.
I know.
Like, I don't want it to end.
It's weird. Tours feel short-lived, don't they? Because, you know, if you're a touring kind of musician in Ireland, you might tour twice a year with some festivals dotted in between. So like people don't realize that you don't get to do it all the time. Do you know what I mean? So
and that was like, my first one. Yeah.
I mean, so it's the best part of the job. And like you said, it's showing you, I guess, I think for me, it's proof that what you're doing is real and it's worth something, and people are actually listening to it and they want to come see you. And it just puts a whole different meaning on what you're doing. Do you know what I mean?
100%, yeah.
Over the course of COVID, like you were definitely one of the driving forces behind the Irish Women in Harmony project. And I just wanted to know, like, obviously, you know, I was kind of in on the whole thing as well, but for you, how important was that project to you, like during that time in particular?
Yeah, it was kind of the missing piece that I didn't know I needed when it comes to my career, because I just remember kind of feeling real lonely. That's the best way I can describe it. Like I just kind of felt real, like everyone was off doing their own thing, and I kind of just felt real intimidated to, you know, just kind of reach out to people, and it just kind of felt lonely. And it only hit me, like I know you've probably heard me saying this 100 times, but it really only hit me when we were all in a room together, and I was like, this is shocking that none of us have met each other before. And it just hit me that it's because there's only ever one of us booked for things. So when it comes to like festivals, gigs or whatever, if there's a lineup, most of the time we're lucky if there's one female or woman act on. But the lads are like, because they all keep getting rebooked, they've met each other loads of times and they all kind of know each other. It only really hit me. I was like, that's why we don't know each other, because we don't get to cross paths enough, you know? So it just felt like
Sorry, I was just going to say, I think there's like been an odd sort of sense that there wasn't enough space as well for all of the female artists. Like, uh, competition is the wrong word to use, but you might understand what I mean. Is that like you feel like because, you know, it just never felt like there was enough room. So I think it was almost like intimidating, the idea of like, you know, all of us being together. And then I remember, like, I don't know if you remember this, but I remember the first time we actually stood in the room, I think it was for the Late Late Show. And
Yeah.
we went and did the Late Late Show. The first time we stood in the room and actually sang it all together, because it was all done remotely. Will you ever
Yeah.
forget how glorious it sounded
I know.
when it
It
all
sounded
came
so
together
good.
with no rehearsal, you know? And like, you're so right. It's that thing of like us not crossing paths, but how amazing has it been? Even just like I'm always telling people, like the group chat we have is just like this wonderful place
I
that,
think it's just you kind of know as well, like if something was to go wrong, or you know, you're going through an issue that only gals will understand. It's just knowing that I have 20 women there that I can literally go to if something, you know, that kind of way.
yeah,
And what you
absolutely.
said, I know you're like, I don't mean to say competition, but you're dead right, because when there's one spot, that's when there's competition, because we're
Yeah.
all fighting to get the one place. But when you open and level the playing field, that's when it becomes like we're all in this together. Like we're literally pulling each other up, you know?
I feel like that's definitely something that has happened since we did the whole project. I do really feel like that's made, and I think it's made a huge impact on the actual awareness of female artists and female
Yeah.
artists. Like, you know, you've been in the Breakers chart, like so many female artists are in there now, and like that wasn't something that was happening. So it is phenomenal. But so fair play, because I know
Yeah.
you were definitely one of the main kind of people behind it. Um, I've asked everybody this that I have interviewed so far, and it's kind of like,
Why
I don't
am
know,
I nervous?
is it slightly existential?
Oh
But
God.
like, I think if you were like hovering above yourself as an artist, you know, like if somebody who didn't know anything about your music, what is the essence of Aimee? Like, what if someone comes to listen to your music? Like, what do you hope that they're going to take away from your songs and from your overall vibe?
Nostalgia. I would say that's probably it. Like I kind of, it's not that I write my music wanting this to sound old school. That's just my natural sound. But when I say nostalgia, I don't even mean by the sound. I just mean the feeling of watching, like, especially if people come to see me live, like just the feeling of seeing, like, I am so mortified to compare myself to these artists because I am in no way, but I'm just saying for me growing up, watching the likes of Britney or Christina, like I want people to go, oh, that's something fresh and new that's kind of old school at the same time, you know?
I think you're
So
nailing
I would
that.
say nostalgia. I just, yeah.
You're definitely nailing that throwback vibe, and like, why not put yourself in a bracket with Britney and Christina? Why not? I'm like all for it. I'm like, if
God.
that's the kind of, if that's the goal, you know, that's you're absolutely heading straight in that direction. Okay, I'm interested to know like what the future holds, like what's coming up in the next couple of months. Like, what are you excited about?
So the next couple of months, I kind of, after Christmas, I said, I said to myself, I was kind of really sad because I was like, I don't really have that much forward, like booked or to look forward to, just because things were so up in the air with COVID. So I
Yeah,
said to myself, the first, from like January, March, April, May, June, the first 6 months of the year, I just want to write in the room with people, because I had spent the last 2 years, you know, writing through a screen. So that's like between now and June, like I'm heading to Sweden tomorrow, back to London again, and then I'm actually going to LA for the whole month of June.
nice.
And it's just, yeah, it's just, again, I know it seems drastic, but I just want to spend 6 months in a room writing with people. And then after that, like I've got, you know, like singles kind of planned out for the next couple of months or whatever. But that's like my 6 month goal, is just write as much as I can. And then when the summer hits, festivals, and then we'll see what happens after that, really.
Oh, that looks like a very nice little plan, I have to say. I'm like,
Yeah.
that sounds pretty nice. And like, you know what? I think the excitement of writing is just gonna bring such good results as well. You know what I mean? Like getting
Yeah.
into a room with
Yeah.
people and actually, you know, I think just from hearing the last couple of singles, I think you're on such a great path. I think I'm really excited to hear what you come out with from these sessions. You know what I mean? It's going to
Thank
be
you.
amazing. Okay, last little bit. I did this with Roisin as well. So I'm going to ask you some semi-rapid fire questions. You can think about them for a moment if you need to. And this is going to go as a whole segment. Okay. So they're actually pretty stupid questions, but I'm going to ask them anyway. Okay, are you ready?
Go for it.
Strap in. Okay.
Yeah.
Pub or club?
Club.
Never eat chocolate again, never eat crisps again.
Oh, never eat chocolate. Easy.
Tea or coffee?
I don't drink either. I'm going to say herbal tea.
Herbal tea. What would be your herbal tea of choice then?
Peppermint.
Nice. Winter or summer?
Oh, summer.
Okay, this is a good one. Your last Google search.
Can I check?
You can check if you want, yeah.
Oh God,
if you want to be that honest.
No, I'm gonna be real bloody honest. Hang on now. Google. Oh, Rhyme Zone.
Rhyme Zone.
There you go.
Okay, for any writer out there, for any non-writer out there, Rhyme Zone is where you go when you have a lyric that you need a word to rhyme for, and that is a staple. I absolutely love
Giving away all my secrets.
That's brilliant. Favorite song of yours to play live?
What my mama gave me.
Love it. Favorite artist?
Janie Mac. How the heck do I pick that?
I know it's tough. If you had to pick one, if you were like, I can see them tomorrow live, who would it be?
Christina Aguilera.
Love it. I mean, what an icon. Favorite song of someone else? Do you have a favorite song?
Yeah, I've so many. Oh God. Let me think of one. Okay, I'm gonna say Christina Aguilera, Beautiful.
Yeah, oh, what an absolute, that song is just so special. I don't know what it is about it. It's just,
isn't it?
It's
and I feel like
incredible.
it started a movement.
It really did. Yeah. It really did. And like, do you ever see the story of her recording it where she's like lying down recording the vocal? Oh, so good, so good. Okay, night out or night in? Night in? Oh, I like it. Yeah. Same. I'm such a home bird. Strangest thing you've ever eaten?
Oh God, what is the strangest thing ever? I am like the worst for this. I haven't even ever tried a prawn in my life.
No.
Like I'm like, and I'm vegan, so I'm pretty boring. Strangest thing I've ever eaten. Oh my God, I don't even think I can play this. Answer this question. I'm going to say banana. Like, it's so boring.
Fair enough, banana. I love it. Text or talk?
I'm gonna say text because actually I'm gonna say voice note because that's what I love about voice notes. You can voice note and then you can get back to them when you can. You're not like stuck for a half an hour on a phone call. You know,
that's good because I'm a voice note because I'm a texter. Like I hate people ring me on the phone. I don't know why. I'm like antisocial, but I'm like a voice note just solves everything because it's on your own terms. Yeah. It's good. It's really good. What would your superpower be?
People, like people that are in pain or sick, and I can just go pew and like heal them.
Oh, I like that. That's great. Worst thing that's ever happened to you on stage or like in any sort of like, performance thing?
Worst thing that's ever happened to me on stage. Oh, actually, when I done The Voice and none of the judges turned.
Oh.
We'll say that. That was pretty embarrassing.
That's one of the reasons. Like people are always like to me, like, would you do this? Would you do that? And I'm like, no. Why? Because I can't. My heart couldn't take it. I've already been through enough.
Yeah, come here. I got a great YouTube video out of it that I didn't bloody care. Yeah, I didn't care.
Taking the positives. And last question is, who is your hero?
I'll say my mom.
Your mom?
My hero, because she, from day dot, never questioned what it is that I wanted to do and like almost answered for me for other people when people used to say like, what does she mean she wants to be a singer? I wouldn't even have to explain. She'd already be, that's what she wants to do and she'll do it, you know?
Moms are the best. They really are.
Say my mom.
They're special. That's great. I love that. I absolutely love that. Well, Aimee,
Yeah.
I have absolutely no doubt in my mind that you're going to have a huge, like, I would say this year, but I think the next couple of years are going to be massive for you. You're so talented. And like anybody that I meet, like, because I played your song on Sunday, it's just, you can sing so goddamn well. It's not even funny. Like hearing you sing live, you have a really, really special talent, and I'm really excited to see what happens. So thank you so much for having the chat, and good luck with all of your writing.
Emotional.
I'm just being honest. I'm only being honest. I can only be honest.
Thank you.
And yeah, things are going to be great, and I'm just excited to see what happens. And thank you for coming and having a little chat with me.
You are a rock star. This job was made for you. I love it.
I'm enjoying it. I like it. I think I've found my second calling.
Love it. And especially because you're a gal in the industry, you know.
Well, it's cool. It's nice to be able to, like, you know, talk to different, it's really cool to be a musician, I think, in the industry, and actually be able to do this and chat to people and come at it from a different perspective. Like, I'm really interested in like the process of what everybody's doing. So like I said, I'm just excited to see what happens for the next couple of months for you, and let's keep in touch. I'll keep playing your songs.
Thank you. I'll keep voice noting you.
Please do. I want more voice notes.
Thanks so much.